The views shared here are based on research and personal reflections and are not meant to destroy reputations or attack communities, but to spark awareness and dialogue. Culture is beautiful, and that's what makes us Filipino. However, we have practices and traditions na hindi natin namamalayan na ito ay nakakasama na sa atin. And worse, some of those traditions actually violate human rights. Today, let's talk about 5 Filipino cultural practices that, without realizing, can actually violate or deprive people of their basic human rights. Child labor in rural and indigenous communities. There are a lot of documentary stories na napanood ko telling about this kind of stories, this kind of scenarios na kung saan bata pa lang, musmus pa lang, they are already exposed sa pagtatrabaho. Usually, makikita natin to sa mga bukid, sa mga palaisdaan, or mga area na kung saan maraming isda at mga minahan na mga lugar. Maraming mga bata tayong makikita dyan na nagtatrabaho na. Common story, tumutulong sila sa kanilang mga magulang. But we all know that these children are supposed to be in school instead na sila ay nagtatrabaho. It is common Filipino culture yung pagtutulungan sa ating pamilya. Pero if sila ay pinipilit ng magtrabaho instead na makapag-aral, it is already a violation of their rights. Article 25 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says, we all have the right to an adequate standard of living. Article 26 says, every child has the right to education. So kapag ang isang bata ay pinipilit ng magtrabaho instead na sila ay nag-aaral, this is not just a tradition, it is already a deprivation. Early and forced marriages. Madalas itong mangyari sa ating mga kababayang Muslim and even to other indigenous communities. They have this kind of tradition na kung saan kahit na wala pa silang 18 years old, they are forced to get married. Minsan, dahil sa kultura. Pero minsan, dahil din sa kahirapan. But here's the thing. Article 16 of the UDHR is clear. Marriage should only happen with the free and full consent of both parties. Kung pinipilit, hindi ito kasal. It is a violation of human rights. Hindi lang para sa mga kabataan, kundi para sa mga kababaihan. Discrimination against women. Alam natin na may kasabihan na kapag babae, pambahay lang. This mindset still exists in some families. Unfortunately, there is a stage in woman's life wherein you need to choose whether being a mother, a wife, and forgetting about your career or setting aside your career. It actually depends on the status or lifestyle of the family. But sometimes it's not just about financial stability of the family na hindi na kinakailangan mag-work ng mga nanay or ng mga kababaihan. Sometimes it's about having self-value and worth for yourself that you still express and exercise what you have, your expertise and your skills. And it is sad that sometimes we are deprived to express ourselves, to become a leader of our community, to be a career woman. Kasi nakakulong na lang kami sa bahay. All we have to do is to take care of our children, to take care of our house. But we all know that hindi lang yun ang kaya natin gawin. We are more than what they think about us. Pero malinaw ang Article 2 and Article 23. Walang dapat na discrimination and every person has the right to work and choose their profession. So kapag ang isang babae ay pinipigilan na makapagtrabaho, we are actually depriving her right of equality and dignity. Political dynasties, and utang na loob voting. It's been Filipino practice na kapag kamag-anak mo, dapat iboboto mo. Or kapag minsan nang nakatulong sa atin sa fiesta, nag-sponsor ng pagkain, nakapagbigay sa ating barangay, nakapag-sponsor sa ating simbahan, or may simpleng pabor na ibinigay sa atin. Nagkakaroon tayo ng utang na loob para botohin sila. Pero isipin natin, Article 21 says we have the right to genuine participation in government, which means free choice. Kung bumoboto tayo dahil sa utang na loob or dahil kaapelyedo natin, we are letting our culture override our right to vote wisely. And speaking of fiesta obligations and debt pressure. Alam kong proud tayo sa ating mga fiestas. It's colorful, joyful, and it's part of our heritage. Pero, ang masakit na katotohanan, maraming nababaon sa utang dahil sa pressure na maghanda ng bongga. Pero kung nauubos ang kinikita ng isang pamilya para sa isang bonggang fiesta celebration, we are forced into poverty cycles. Celebration should never come at the cost of dignity or survival. Culture is important because it gives us identity. But let's also ask, ito bang mga practices na to ay nakakapag-uplift ng buhay ng mga tao or it actually deprives them on their human rights? Because at the end of the day, tradition should never be an excuse to deprive or violate human rights. This has been Tina Talks, produced by the Human Rights Development Organization. Follow us on Facebook at tinatalks.hro and TikTok at tinatalkshRDO for more content about human rights in everyday life. Till next time, let's learn, reflect, and stand up for human dignity.